Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to part 1 of What If Deku Was an Evil Saiyan. Now this is going to be a little bit of a special episode. This is going to be my 30 sub special. I know it's probably past 30 by now, but whenever I last checked, it was at 33. So this is going to be a special. I'm going to make this one about maybe a 50 to an hour long special, if I can. So let's get into this. Also, before we do start, the Technopath series is going to take a little longer to come out because I'm having a little trouble thinking of an idea to do, so I'm sorry about that. It will come out again, don't worry. I just have to think of something real quick. So let's get into this. We start off with Deku in his home planet. Deku's parents, they're not from... I don't like doing crossovers. I really hate it. They're from a different universe, and their planet is slowly dying. So Deku is shipped off into a pod into space. It comes across a interdimensional wormhole. This wormhole takes him across multiple universes, and in each wormhole takes him about 40 years. But he goes through about 4, but during this time is frozen in these wormholes. He goes through about 3 or 4 of these wormholes, going about 160 years in the future. And he crash lands on Earth in the My Hero Academia universe. When Inko Midoriya and her husband, I'm gonna say her husband is All For One again. I don't know why, but the film theory of Deku's father being All For One, I don't remember if it was film theory or not, but there was a theory on YouTube going around that All For One is Deku's father, which I'm going to put that theory into use here, saying that Inko was married to All For One. And since she couldn't have any kids, she was sad when she was leaving the hospital. And All For One, or Hisashi, was trying to cheer her up when this pod came crashing through the sky and crash landed about almost 3 miles ahead of them into an empty field. They both ran over there to check out what was going on when they saw this crater and this metal pod thing sitting in the middle. Hisashi went down there as Inko was trying to call him back. Hisashi telling her that he'll be fine. He has a good quirk, remember? As he walks over to the pod, trying to be as cautious as possible. As when he gets there, the pod opens up and there's a little baby inside. The baby has green, I'm going to say black hair, actually has black hair and dark green eyes. He takes the baby out as the baby's crying. He takes it over to Inko and gives it to Inko. They take the baby home. They name it Izuku Midoriya as a part of their family. Now, Deku wasn't given a specific mission, so they don't conquer worlds in their universe. They like the home they have, but their generation is known as the Evil Saiyan race. So Deku does have his tail, and he won't have it cut off. So he's going to have powerful transformations. So, just saying real quick, he has, in this series, near the end of season 4, he's going to be able to master all of his transformations, except for his Berserk transformation, which is this transformation right here. Whenever he goes crazy, and he loses his mind, he's going to go unstable, and this is what he's going to look like, essentially. So, back to where I was saying. Deku, after several years of growing up with Inko and Hisashi, they start to realize that Hisashi is not the man he says he is. He's really a truly evil villain. And he likes that. He likes his father being a villain. So he takes a liking to Hisashi more than Inko. So he's daddy's little boy, I guess you could say. And he's not really a fan of heroes. So he also does meet Bakugo, but instead of being timid and frail to Bakugo, he fights Bakugo any chance he has to show that he's more superior. And with the Saiyans race, they get essentially a Zenkai boost every time their injuries heal, making them stronger. Which, I'm going to apply that to here. This is going to be one hell of an overpowered Deku. So, at the age of about 8, Deku's about the same strength as Goku's Super Saiyan 2 first unlocked. And this is no transformation Deku. He's that strong. Because in the AU series of Evil Saiyan, the Evil Saiyan transformation are almost as strong as the God transformations from Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan, they're just almost as strong as the Super Saiyan God transformations. So, Deku's base stats are about as strong as Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2. Not Super Saiyan Mastered, but Super Saiyan 2 first unlock. So pretty strong, but pretty weak at the same time. Deku's Super Saiyan transformation state, with the red aura like in seen picture, but with, actually no, that's Super Saiyan 2. His Super Saiyan 1 transformation like in the picture is going to be about the same strength as a Super Saiyan 3? No, Super Saiyan 2 Mastered. His Super Saiyan 2 transformation is going to be Super Saiyan 3. His Super Saiyan 3 transformation is going to be the same strength as Super Saiyan God first unlocked in the Battle of the Gods movie. And his rage state, which is here, is as strong as Super Saiyan Blue Mastered. Or, for those who don't know, Super Saiyan Blue during the universal fight at the end of Dragon Ball Super. Not Vegeta's Super Saiyan Blue Evolved, or Goku's Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. No. They're just Super Saiyan Blue Mastered. So, essentially he's fucking OP. Anyways, so, at the age of 8 to 15, Deku's very strong. He's very tough, he's very fast. He's not going to have Ki. Unless you want me to give him Ki, because I'm thinking of doing a part 2. Actually, I'm just going to make this like a 20-minute episode. You guys can do like a part 2. If you guys want part 2, leave it down in the description below. But this is still a 30 sub special, so it'll be about 30 minutes long. So, during this time, Deku's been picking fights with Bakugo. Bakugo's been giving him critical injuries, but he still heals from them. And he gets stronger. So he's about Super Saiyan 2 level of strength in his base form. And it constantly goes up. But he doesn't have a Super Saiyan transformation yet, so Deku's still pretty strong in his base form either way. Now we cut to Deku at age 15. From the age of 9 to about 13, Deku and his father, All For One, are essentially partners for the League of Villains. Because Deku already knows about it, he doesn't care. He actually likes it. So he essentially is his right-hand man for the League of Villains, not Shigaraki. So, in high school, Deku, the teacher comes in throwing out the papers saying, I know you all want to be heroes. And we have one person wanting to go to UA, Bakugo Katsuki. Everyone was confused when the teacher said one, so they asked, one? I thought Izuku Midoriya was going to do it. As Bakugo would stand up and walk over to Izuku and he would say, you stupid Deku, are you not trying out for UA? You think you're better than everyone not to go to UA? Deku would stand up, punching Bakugo in the face, sending him flying into the wall, telling him to shut up and sit down. I'm trying to concentrate here. As he sits back down in his seat as his tail pulls the chair back out and he sits down in it. Bakugo being knocked out, the teacher would send Deku to the office, and the nurse would come in to get Bakugo. The principal scolding Deku, but Deku not listening, as the teacher would suspend Deku for about a week. And this is the 10-month training time, so during these 10 months, Deku's been concentrating himself, and he gets his rage, and he has a lot of rage built up. As when he's with his father and he's training, Deku gets so enraged that his hair starts standing up on end. It starts turning a crimson reddish color, as this red pressure and this red aura, red and black aura fills the room with this pressure. As his eyes roll back to white, so he has all white eyes. As Deku charges in it, all for one, punching him through 3 to 4 Damascus steel to steel walls, completely destroying them. And as Deku is about to punch him again, sending him through the building, All For One tells him to stop with a hypnotic quirk. Deku stands there, surrounded in the aura, just standing there still, under hypnotic control. All For One stands up and tells, while Deku's under his command from hypnotic state, he says, power down and fall asleep. He does as he's told. And he was knocked out for several days. After the full 10 months of training, Deku is now able to access his Super Saiyan form, which is very strong. And Deku is able to control it for however long he wants. Ignore that. And as Deku was overpowering these Nomus that his father would create for him, punching him in half through 1 to 2 punches, even if they do have a shock absorption and dispersion and regeneration. His father would tell him to calm down and rest for a few days. We're going to have some fun in a few weeks anyway, so I want you to be there. He says right as he essentially is teleported by Kurogiri to the League of Villains base in the bar. Deku just walks over to the couch, face into the cushions, and falls asleep. A few weeks pass by. The UA entrance exam happens. Bakugo gets first. And we cut over to Bakugo as he's in the classroom. They get told about the USJ, and they're heading out to the buses. They all talk about their quirks as Bakugo is sitting there questioning where Deku went, because he's been missing for 11 months. His mother and father know where he is, but no one else does, so he's concerned. As when they all arrive at the USJ, they enter in, this portal opens up, the villains flood out, and Bakugo gets a shocked look on his face as none other than Izuku Midoriya walks through the portal with Shigaraki and Inomu. They all have their cannon fight, but this time Bakugo with one for all charges at Deku, punching Deku in the arm, nearly breaking it. Deku liked where this was going, so he charges up and he goes to Super Saiyan. punching Bakugo in the face, sending him flying out of the USJ. And Deku jumping after him. He can't fly, essentially, unless you guys want Ki in this. If you do, I'll give him some blasts and flight. But until then, no. And he's not going to have the grade 8 form, because if he does, that's world destruction. And I'm not going for world destruction. I want this one to play out. But in the end, it's going to be world domination. So, yeah. Whoops. Anyways. They would fight, and this would cause major destruction to the city. All Might had to be called to stop. Once he stopped the fight and the USJ, he got another report of a major fight with explosions and this kid covered in a red glow. One student looked like from UA and the other looked like another villain. So All Might jumped off to go stop that fight. As when he jumped out to see what was going on, it was Bakugo, his successor, and another kid. As he jumped down there punching Deku in the face, sending him flying through several buildings, causing a giant shockwave. Deku was stuck on a wall in a crater as he would get up out of the crater in the wall, cracking his neck, saying, "This should be fun." Pushes his feet up against the wall, causing a giant crater in the building, breaking the building as he jumps. Shockwave behind him. Flies back, punching All Might in the face, sending him flying the other direction towards the USJ. All Might crashes through the ceiling of the USJ, hitting the wall, being knocked out. Kirigiri and Shigaraki already made their way out of there. As Deku jumps into the USJ, landing on the floor at the bottom of the stairs. And Deku lands there just looking at All Might, saying, "Pathetic human. You know you can't beat me. I'm essentially a god. I'm a deity. As Bakugo rushes through, hitting Deku in the back of the head with a giant explosion and his fist, knocking him out. Deku being captured by the heroes. Not for long, though, as Deku rips the chains and cuffs off of him and jumps out, crashing through the ceiling and the bottom, middle, and roof of UA. He's held in a special jail cell underneath UA for students that turn villain, just to try to convince them to join. Nezu, witnessing this, looked at All Might and said, "Well, there goes our most promising person yet that might have been a hero. But I am questioning, how did he break out of those chains? They were meant to cancel out quirks and hold villains here. Very strange indeed. Let's hope this world doesn't go into chaos." As we cut over to Deku, Shigaraki, and Kirigiri in the League of Villains base. Shigaraki about to go and run at Deku with all 5 of his fingers as Deku pretty much almost flash steps behind Shigaraki, hitting him in the back of the neck, knocking him out, falling to the floor. Deku's standing there, calling him pathetic, as he walks out the door and just jumps off to his house. Well, actually to where All For One was. And would just talk to All For One. As All For One would congratulate him on escaping, causing a lot of chaos. As Deku would thank him, and then just jump off to go home. Once he gets home, he gets a meal from his mother as he goes to his room and falls asleep. And, that's where I'm going to end it, actually. So, a couple questions for you guys. First off, thank you guys for the 30 subs. Really appreciate it. Love you guys for doing this, and thank you guys so much for helping me out. So the questions are, do you guys want a ship? Who should it be? Question 2, do you guys want Ki? And question 3, do you guys want this to be where Goku and Vegeta travel to this multiverse with Whis and Beerus in them? Question 4, do you guys want this to be a universe conquering? Or do you guys want this to be just world domination? And this is where I'm going to leave it off. Hope you guys enjoy. See you guys in the next video. Peace.